Today we're making yogurt. We're gonna do it in the Instapot because it is super easy and you only need a few ingredients. So I have almost a gallon of milk, if you drank some, but I'm gonna put this in here. Here I have some yogurt that I made last week, not too long ago, that has some active cultures. You can also buy the yogurt starter as long as it has the active cultures and the active bacteria, or buy yogurt from the store and just use a little bit of it there. And then I'm going to flavor it with some authentic Mexican vanilla. Hello, kitten. Do not include kittens in your yogurt. Come here, buddy. Okay, so very simple process. All you're gonna do is take the milk, however much you want to make, and pour it into your Instant Pot. So from here now, you want to heat the milk till it's about 180 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And so there is a yogurt setting on this Instant Pot. We actually upgraded from a smaller one to this one because of this yogurt setting. So if I just touch yogurt, it's gonna go to the boil setting. And so then I'm just gonna leave it here until it beeps at me. And then I'm gonna come back and check the temperature, make sure it's between that range. And if it's not, I'll put it on boil again and wait until it is, and then we'll come back and do the next steps. So we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, we've reached an end here. Took about 40 minutes. Take it off and see if it is hot enough. (185, 187, 187). Perfect. So we're going to leave that as is for right now. We want it to cool down to 100 to 115. Hoping it takes about an hour. It took me 2 hours with a full 4 liters, so this could be an hour and a half or whatever. So we'll see you in a little bit. All right, we're at the proper temperature now. Not sure if you can see that, but it should say about 113, right around there. So that's between 110, 115. So we are ready for the next step. So what you see on top here is a little bit of milk skin. I don't know what you call it, but this does not need to be in the yogurt, so I'm just going to throw it into our compost here, and then I'll take that out later. And now I have a bowl. I'm going to take our yogurt, or you could use your yogurt starter, and I'm just going to take, this is a quarter cup, just take a quarter cup approximately. Just needs the live cultures in there. And then I'm going to take a scoop of milk in there as well. And then I'm just going to whisk this all together and then put it back into the Instapot, and then whisk it all together in there as well. And then we're going to cook it on the actual yogurt setting that is on the Instapot. So you can cook it from anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. That is the recommended times. You can go 8 hours if you want it to be a little bit softer, a little bit more liquid. I like it a bit thicker, so I'm gonna go 12 hours. Put it in there, and then I'm just gonna mix this up just a little bit. Not trying to whip and get cream, which I don't know if you're going to do with this, but this amount of milk, but make sure it is spread out around before it gets going. Okay, lid goes on. And yeah, so that cooling process took about almost an hour and a half, 45 minutes. So depending on how much milk you want to, make sure you're coming back and checking it every once in a while. And then I go yogurt. It's gonna hit boil. I don't want boil, I got the time here. I don't want 24 hours. Bring that down to 12, and then I just sit and let it run. So it's the evening now. We'll come back tomorrow morning and we'll see where it's at. Good morning. It's now the next day, and I just got the notification that the yogurt has finished. So open it up here, and we have our yogurt. It is nice and gooey, looks like a good consistency, It's not too hot, which is good. You could be done here. You could start putting it into whatever containers you want. If you want a plain yogurt, like I said, I'm gonna flavor it with vanilla, and I am going to put it in the fridge for probably about 3, maybe 4 hours. Just really let it cool, so that way when I do put the vanilla in, it really gives it that nice aroma, and the flavor just spreads a little bit better. That's apparently what you should do. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we'll see you in 4 hours. Just pulled it out of the fridge here. Waited about 3 hours. Could wait longer, but that's good enough for me. So I'm just gonna mix this up. See, it's quite thick, which is pretty good, not much moisture. And then we are ready to add the vanilla. So for about this amount of yogurt, I'm gonna go about 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So I'll put one in, mix it up, and then put the second one in. I might add a little bit more because I like vanilla, and then I also want to add just a little bit of a pinch of salt. So just gonna do that there. It'll just bring out the flavors a little bit more. And this is Redmond's real salt. So there, and then we're back to mixing until it's all in, and then I'll add a bit more vanilla. So time lapse, activate. There it is, quick taste test. It's a bit runny now that I've swished it all around, but yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. I will prefer it when it's not as liquidy and a little bit thicker, but I will not be mixing it up before I eat it. So that is how you make yogurt. Quite easy. It takes a bit of time. Like I started last night at about 5 o'clock. It's now 10:30 in the morning. So I'm just gonna throw all of it in these containers and put it in the fridge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.